but I'm not getting the role of data engineer. Means like I have upskilled myself a lot. I have studied about modern data engineering, and SQL, Power BI, Tableau. So basic overview I have of all. But to get a job in that, so I need some supervision on that. And with that, I have completed business analyst from Simply Learn also. So I have sent the resume to Reena, and she told me that you can connect with the trainer regarding this, and they will discuss about you that how you can. So currently, like I'm getting the package of 11 LPA from Concentrix, but I'm targeting around 20 to 20 lakh, 20 to 23 lakh around on and around 6 lakh. I'm currently working in Genpact. So
Okay.
Concentrix also has a technical support role, but I want to go in the data analysis role mainly because that area is more booming. So that's the reason behind that.
Okay. And what is the overall experience that you have told?
5.5 years in banking and fintech.
Okay. Okay. So you have got like at least like banking domain, and if we talk about data engineering part in the banking domain, so banks are the ones which are the one who are paying the highest in terms
Yeah,
to the to a data engineers, because I've got a lot of my students are there. Like I just wanted to quote one of them. He's just around around 6.5 years of experience, and now he's having a package of 47 lakhs, and he's in
okay.
he's in Bangalore right now, and he's working. Previously, he have worked for Mastercard and then American Express, but now he's into a some oil refinery company from from Saudi Arabia. So that's why he's getting a very good package. But he has also started as a initially he was in Genpact, and he was working as a some support executive, and then he tried to switch his. So he just from somewhere, I don't know, he from someone my known came to me, and just he was from here itself, like from where I'm based out. I'm based out in Faridabad right now. So he just came to me to my house personally and asked me to if I can help him. So I just asked him to, if you want, it's going to be little, like because he was not from the even from the uh, development background. So it was at that point of time it was tough because at that point of time there were no such tools as we are having currently right now. It's Gen AI is there. So even for right now, your company is allowing to write the code for, let's say, even if you are just using Copilot itself. So that will really going to help you out to write the the code. But the only thing is, like, we should have that much of understanding and knowledge of the data engineering concept that we should be able to apply those concepts at the correct in a correct way, in the proper efficient way. Then it becomes quite easier. So yeah, as per your experience and the domains that you have worked upon, so it's not going to be that much tough for you. But yeah, if you are going to put little efforts with this, so definitely you can get it. And with around 5.5 year experience, definitely I like you can definitely get from 18 to 25 lakhs package
हाँ,
again.
इसमें थोड़ा सा हमें शायद थोड़ा सा प्रोफाइल को ट्वीक करना पड़ेगा। लाइक अगर मेरे पास ऑलरेडी 5.5 इयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस, मुझे 2 साल का या 2.5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस मैं डेटा इंजीनियरिंग में ही दिखा देता हूँ, तो डेफिनेटली इट कैन बी पॉसिबल। आई कैन इजीली स्विच इनटू दिस प्रोफाइल एंड आई कैन आस्क फॉर द गुड हाइक।
Yes, definitely. It can be possible because what I told you, the person I was talking about, initially he was having a package of 3.5. From 3.5 to 7 he went, and in the next 6 months from 7 to he went to 18. And
Yeah,
yeah,
150% हाइक।
yes, and from 18 to 36 and from 36 to 47 in just 2.5 years.
Great.
in just 2.5 years. So this is because this is one of the good example that I'm having with me. But apart from this, like this, you can say it also depends on the person to person, because he has really did some hard work from his own side, from their on his own. Because what I can try is like I can give you the directions. I can tell you how we can achieve these things, but until unless you are not going to do it by yourself, so definitely it's not going to help. Because finally, even if you are able to crack the interviews, the thing comes when you have already did some hands-on. You have already implemented few applications, you have implemented end-to-end data pipelines, then you get to know like what we are going to get, what the problems we are facing. Because it's not just like if I'm just giving you the solution, I'll give you the solution straight away from end to end. The code is written, everything is in place, and you are going to run it. Okay, oh, it ran fine.
जब तक हम फेस नहीं करेंगे प्रॉब्लम को, तब तक हमारे मेन बेसिकली लॉजिक
Exactly. This is what is happening is like, even if until unless you are not going to do it your own way, you are not going to face the problems, you are not going to resolve them, then you will not be able to get the the real feel of a data engineer.
Okay.
आज इसमें से जैसे Azure है, AWS है, OCP है, GCP है, मतलब मेन बेसिकली हमें डिफरेंट क्लाउड्स का आइडिया होना चाहिए, सिंगल एक क्लाउड पे भी हम अच्छा उसमें परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं.
देखो, किसी भी एक क्लाउड पे हमारी मास्टरी होनी चाहिए. लाइक वी हैव डन लॉट ऑफ वर्क इन एनी ऑफ द क्लाउड, बिकॉज with respect to the services in one cloud to the other cloud, they are almost going to remain the same. The only thing is like one or the other way, they are doing the same thing. The only thing is their vendor has been changed, the name is
services are different only, मतलब
Yes.
service names are different only, the
Exactly.
process is same.
Yeah. So the similar way, like if I tell you like in AWS we have got the Redshift, which is our warehouse. Same, we have got this, in Azure, we have got the synapses. So there are a lot, the names are different, but the services, how we are going to consume that only differs. And it differs from organization to organization, how they had adopted it. So it's totally that way that we have utilized those services. So like in AWS, we are using Glue. But in database we are using a Terraform. So if
ये
that is,
आपकी तरफ से कुछ डिस्टर्बेंस आ रहा है, आई थिंक.
yeah, J की तरफ से maybe, right? On my side, I don't know.
This disturbance is coming now.
Your network seems to be, I think seems to,
I'm just washing clothes. That's why I was on the terrace. Now I'm. So I was asking one thing. I have doubt in one thing. Mainly, like I have studied GCP, AWS, Azure, and like Tableau, and I have completed agentic AI engineering and LLM engineering also from Delhi, short-term courses. So like mainly I'm getting the opportunities in the range of 30 LPA, but like they are ghosting, like they are not taking the second round of interview. So that's the reason behind that.
and what is the reason behind it? Like why they are not going for the second round? Have they given you any
Actually,
feedback?
I don't know. Like they are like when I'm trying for the opportunity, like I have applied for around 500 opportunity, but like I haven't got the reward from any company till yet. So one Oracle company was there. They were hiring for functional KYC consultant, and their package was high, but like they haven't called in the second time. And when I called them again, so they weren't picked up. So like on my level, I have tried a lot, but I'm looking someone who can just like transition me into the data engineer, so I can start with the small package, then I can switch to the long package or higher package.
Exactly. I got your point, because what happens is like when you are, sitting for the interview, and if you haven't, done, hands-on, you don't have the real exposure of how the applications runs. So sometimes what happens, like I'm also taking interviews on daily basis. Right? It's like 2 interviews I'm taking for data engineering. I'm taking 2 interviews Monday to Friday. So
Okay.
what I feel is like a lot of things people mention in their CVs, right? But they actually don't have that much real exposure to those services. So
They don't have the answer for that.
yeah.
Answers of
So
what?
even like if they are answering it, but just mugging up their answers, even what I found is a lot of people's they are just giving me answers exactly which is written in the theory itself. So either they have mugged it up, or they are using some sort of I don't know. Like what I feel is like some people's even using this AI for preparing for the interviews. But I don't know. Like I get to know this thing. Like okay, this person is definitely using something to achieve this, because whenever I used to throw some uh, you know uh, questions to them, some like giving them some sort of basically scenarios on the same question that he answered very well. And at that point of time, if person is not able to answer it, even he has answered it previously, but what I did, I just changed uh, the way I should ask the question, get caught up. So yeah, so if basically what I observe is like if you haven't done a lot of hands-on, so definitely here and there you should be able to caught.
So like means 3 to 4 months it will take to transition into the role and giving the interviews. Sometimes I will got fail also. Sometimes I'll get feedback that what you have done wrong in that interview. You will also conduct the mock interviews also in this class.
Yes, because like, even in my real interviews also, I used to like, if not to everyone, but yeah, some people ask me like how it goes, how it was. So I fairly give them exactly my review, like what you have done good, what you have done wrong here. So that next time whenever that person is going appearing for the interview, so they should be aware about what are their weak points and what are their strong points, so they can focus on those things and appear accordingly. So yeah, definitely we'll do that. But as you are saying, it's going to 3 to 4 months. No, it's all depends on you. If you want, I can I can make it in 2 months also. But it depends on you, because
Are
what
there any morning classes over there, like 9 to 11 or 10 to 12, or what are the classes?
Discuss about this thing कि exactly कि जितना early morning हो सकता है तो early morning करने की कोशिश कर लेंगे.
exactly?
And Sharmila is also here.
कि जो
Sharmila
मेरा
Hi
अभी जो
everyone. Hi.
शिफ्ट जो चल रहा है 3 to 1 चल रहा है. That's
T2
a 3 to 1 आफ्टरनून 3 to 1.
1. Okay. अभी आपका शिफ्ट टाइमिंग जो है 3 to 1 का चल रहा है. Yeah, we'll discuss about this thing कि exactly early morning का हो सकता है तो early morning कर लेंगे.
हाँ मतलब 10 अगर जैसे 9 to 11 हो जाए या 10 to 12 हो जाए तो वो थोड़ा सा कंफर्टेबल
9 to
रहेगा.
9 to 11 and 10 to 12 is not possible. I think Sharmila is in the US. So we'll have to conduct this by morning 7 or evening 6 after 6. So after 6 is
6.
not possible.
It would
Not
be tough.
possible for you, but it can be possible in early morning itself.
So like
Yeah,
uh,
we'll discuss about that timings. कि what suits us. कि exactly
Saturday Sunday I can take out the time from 6 in the evening, but like Monday to Friday it would be around in the morning if it's possible. It would be good.
that's okay, no issues. Yeah, hi Sharmila. Would it be possible? Can you please introduce yourself to Raj so that we can take you further in this?
Okay, so hi Raj. This is Sharmila. I have few years of experience as Power BI developer. Um, so right now I wanted to learn data engineering since our company insisted to me to do so. And I am in the break now. Since I moved to US, so I'm in the break now. I'm not working right now, so I thought of going ahead with this process. So I hope someone would be helping me here.
Okay. Fine, Sharmila. So you used to be a Power BI developer, right?
Yeah, correct.
So in that case, like I think in that scenario, you should be well versed with SQL and all, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I know basic, but not well versed. I cannot say, but I know basic. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no worries. Like because to for a data engineer role. Okay. I forgot. Like first, let me just give you introduce myself. So myself,
Mm-hmm.
Raj, and I have got around. If you talk about total IT experience, so I've got around 15 years of total IT experience.
Mila, I think there is some kids behind you. They
1 minute, Vinit. Yeah, correct. Zahid and Zain, can you please go outside?
Now it seems to be
Okay.
better.
Sorry for that. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, please.
So into data engineering part, close to 12 years, and currently I'm working as a data engineering manager and having three different teams. As I've got around 22 people's currently, those who reports to me, out of which three I have just divided my teams into three parts. So three
Mm-hmm.
leads are there, which are I've just because it was huge team, and managing all those things, and apart from my own tasks, it was becoming quite difficult for me. So what I did, like, I just assigned one lead from the team itself. They are just like leading it, but I'm just taking care of all those things, like if something comes up. So one why I'm telling you, because one of the team that as the part of they are also from the Power BI itself. So they
Oh.
now they from the Power BI itself, even though those were the part of Power BI team, now gradually we are moving them to the data engineering team itself. As of now, they are just
Correct.
already what we have already built the framework, but
Mm-hmm.
here just building the framework and testing the framework, it's almost the same, because whatever we have done, it was a huge project which was having more than 60 terabytes of data that we have migrated from Oracle to Databricks. So we build a framework, and there we are ingesting data from diverse data sources, and it's batch as well as streaming data which is coming from that one. Now even my Power BI team, they have, like, we have just given them some sessions uh, to them on Databricks itself, and now they are able to utilize those services and working as a data engineer. So that's why for you also, it's not going to be that much tough if you have
Mm-hmm.
you are just going to put little effort into this one. So definitely it's going to be uh, basically an easier path for you. And if you are in US,
Hopefully.
definitely
Hopefully.
it's it's it's
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to be that tough for you, because I
Mm-hmm.
know most of the my friends are there itself, and one of them is in in Databricks itself. So on weekly
Mm-hmm.
we used to connect and try to analyze, like, what is happening in this data engineering world. So yeah, so it's going to be it can be achievable. And what
Mm-hmm.
I want, like, whatever the topics that Vinith has given me as a part of this curriculum, so
Mm-hmm.
we will be covering them step by step by just going through the what data, basically big data is all about. Although those only right now you need to know only for the for understanding part, for conceptual part, because
Mm-hmm.
directly those, even if in the interviews, those things are not going to be asked. But yeah, if you don't have that idea, so you won't be able to relate it to the to the present world, what is happening. So from there we started. I'll just try to cover all those things from the starting itself. So that's why I wanted to know from you, like how much you know about big data, so that we can get started accordingly.
So I'm completely into Power BI. I directly in detail I wanted to say means I work directly with a Microsoft client. So for generating their own reports. So the only job of mine is like I worked in UI part, and then I was changing the reports of Microsoft clients UI. Report things. So I'm not into big data or anything else. They wanted me to learn Azure Data Factory, those pipelines. They wanted to work because they were expecting much from me. I was thinking to do by the time I wanted to quit my job, and I couldn't proceed further. So whatever you are going to teach me is new for me, but still, as you said, I can take it and I can do it. Is what I think. Yeah.
Because again, the things comes like this, like if because side by side, if we are not practicing the things, so definitely those are not going to work. Because
Yes.
whatever we are going to learn, what we are going
Mm-hmm.
to see as a part of hands-on using
Mm-hmm.
in Databricks itself. So those are
Mm-hmm.
uh, even if we are talking about the concepts, so concepts, even they will bring you to the hands-on only. And if you are not doing the hands-on, you are not.
I'm sorry for interrupting here, Raj. The way I wanted to learn is full and full. Not only the concepts, only the hands-on. The most part should be. I prefer it should be the hands-on because that is what it's going to help me more than concepts. Concepts can be learned while doing the hands-on. Because I have learned many things, so I can say that. So I what I prefer is hands-on. So if you are going to take it to hands-on sessions, that's well and good, and I encourage that to do.
This is what I'm trying to say. Like even in data engineering part, nothing is conceptual itself. Like even if we are learning concepts, so totally we have to learn. We have to do everything hands on. Otherwise, like today we will learn. After 2 days, or let's say after a week, we'll be able. We forgot all those things, and that is
Yeah,
not going to work. And also,
true.
that is not my way of bringing the things up. I always try
Mhm.
to push whatever
Mhm.
we are doing, let's say within a week, whatever we have learned so far. So you have to
Mhm.
do some sort of hands on daily basis, and with, let's say, over the weekend, you should practice some sort of live or some problems that you guys have to resolve on your own. And if you face any issues, I'm here to help you out.
Yeah, that I can definitely do. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what.
So it's breaking.
Yeah,
It's
anything
breaking.
if you want to ask anything from, because I have done, like uh, for getting the entry in the industry itself. What I
Mm-hmm.
prefer is like every like whatever the concepts we are going to learn, whatever the labs we will do here. Apart from this, like I want you to be well versed with this Databricks itself, because now what we are seeing is Databricks is flourishing a lot. Even in
Mm-hmm.
last 5 to 6, 7 years, what I've seen is like previously very in even in couple of years, what I've seen is like most of the 60 to 70% of the companies, every company is using Databricks. So that's why it's going to be any I'm not concerned about any of the cloud uh, infrastructure with which we are going to do it. We can do it with AWS, we can do it with Azure, we can do it with GCP also. So it's all the same. The only thing is we have to leverage, we have to learn, we have to hands-on all these Databricks services that we are going to use, apart from what we are learning from the cloud services. So we are going to, as you have mentioned, like Azure, they are asking you to use ADF. So that's fine. Like if they want, because if they want ADF for like for creating the pipelines, orchestrating everything, so that is the tool that is provided by AWS. The same thing we can also do with the help of within the Databricks itself. So two companies, they want to utilize only one vendor. They don't want to go with the another one. Like even in my organization, there are different projects. So in one of the project, they want, okay, we are not going to utilize either we are not utilizing a GCP, we are not utilizing Azure, we are not utilizing GCP, AWS, but the only thing is we are only using AWS for storage, and rest of the services we are leveraging it from the Databricks itself, because Databricks, as if we talk about, say, unified service, which is giving you all those services which are being provided by these different providers also. But again, it's again goes back to different organizations, like how they are utilizing. So if organization wants it, so that's why we will do most of the services from the Azure. We'll try to utilize from AWS also. We'll try to use GCP, which are going to be the main services. And apart from this, each and every services that Databricks in itself providing, so that when it comes to, like, you can also, like, when you are working with let's say Azure, and you know that, okay, the same service, if we are utilizing from the Databricks itself, it is even going to reduce the cost, and the efficiency is going to be increased, because whatever, now you don't need to do integration with the Azure itself. You are utilizing the Databricks service directly, so definitely it will reduce the cost and make it more efficient. So that way we can, like, but again, it's not your decision. What we can do is we can put some sort of suggestions, recommendations, whether those are going to be taken by the company. But if those are going to be done, because I did the similar way, and that really reduce the cost from, I think, $10,000 to $12,000 per month, what we have reduced. So that was one of the things. Another thing, like when we are doing a lot of optimizations, I was asking you the SQL. So like in organizations, what we see is sometimes we are having huge, so complex SQLs are there, even 100,000 lines of 8,000 6,000 lines of code is there in the SQL I am talking about, right? So when we optimize it, it was one of the example I was taking. It was taking around 40 minutes to run, and a lot of resources was getting consumed. Now we have reduced it from 40 minutes to 8 minutes. So you can say 1/5. And the cost, it reduced. Previously, it was taking around 300 to 250 to 300 dollars per month. It was consuming. Now it is taking around $10 to $12 per month. So, and this is just
a huge difference.
this is, and now, like, for this one, I got the emails from the CTO itself. Like, this was a huge
Application.
it was a huge optimization. So now they want similar kind of scenarios that we have to use for others, so that we can reduce the cost, because a lot of things are running in parallel. Yeah, I think Jay is having some questions. Jay, do you want to ask? You have raised the hand. I don't know.
I think by mistake it has.
Actually, I want to ask. Actually, the thing is that you are in which company? Like,
Currently, I am in Encora, but now we have been merged with Coforge. So in couple of weeks we will be Coforge.
Forge.
Coforge.
Okay. It's in Best Tech Business Park also
It's Coforge is having, like,
in Gurugram.
in every I know some of the verticals, like we are working in retail, we are working in healthcare, insurance, public security. We are working in, so in all the major domains. So best tech, what? Best tech is
Best Tech Business Park, which is here in Bashapur.
I didn't get you.
in गुड़गांव एक तो बिजनेस पार्क है यहीं पे गुड़गांव में
हाँ.
Tech business park is a business park
Coforge,
where
Coforge
some of the companies are there.
library is different and Coforge company is different.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
asking.
we have office in. You are talking about the office in Gurgaon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we do have the office because it's a now after merging with Encora, it's a seventh largest organization in India. After before this, we are having like TCS, Wipro, Infosys, Tech Mahindra, and I think two more companies are there, which are in terms of the number of the workforce that we are having. So, and it's a quite growing company.
So I want to ask one thing, like in data engineering, if I have to like go in the data engineering or the fintech role, so how I would be able to?
So like in fintech, we are like most of the banks, data engineering is a must. Requirement is a must. Like without data engineering team, no bank is surviving. Whatever the banks like, even you can take any bank, JP Morgan. I was the part of also DBS Bank. I've worked for 1.5 years in Singapore with DBS Bank. So yeah, every bank in fintech industry, it's going to be whether it's going to be insurance or directly bank related, stuffs that we are doing. So like for now, if you talk, I'm not talking about just fintech. In any organization, it is mandatory to have data engineers, because without data engineers, I think no organization is going to stand, or because everyone wants, as we know that right now data is everything. So if you are not able to understand your data, you are not able to find the insights from your data, so you won't be able to survive in the industry. You have to understand how businesses basically going to do in future. For that, we have to understand the what is actually happening right now and in last 10 to 15 years or 20 years of data. So based on that only, everything, each and every organization is planning their future plans, building their models to find out what exactly the user requirements are. Based on that only, and that part is being given by the data engineers itself. So what I was thinking, understood is like even most of the tasks like AI is doing as of now, lot of people are using, but still,
LLM engineering also some replace the task of business analyst. I have thought of.
yeah, but
Like
as a part of like core data engineering parts, still in coming, let's say 2 to 5 years, I don't think it is going to put that much impact that it has already put on other jobs. Like if I talk about developers, so right now in next couple of years, I think we don't need any developers as of now, because the code is already being written by the AI itself. Although there are places where
because the thing is that I am stuck like now. I have worked for 5 years in calling, so like I thought what I'm learning, but I'm not getting the transition into the role. So that's why I reached to like your office, and that's why I discussed regarding this. So I have
Yeah,
completed
Jay,
some.
that's why I told you this thing. We'll need a little tweak in your resume and you can get the calls. And prior to that, we need some business knowledge so that we can implement that into data engineering. And we can show this thing exactly. I have a data engineering experience already. After
right.
that, we can easily move into this. So
Okay, means for
we'll have to create a story for this thing exactly what I was earlier doing into data engineering.
okay, like I have done the FCR scrubbing and RR scrubbing. I have created the dashboard in Power BI. but core data engineering work I haven't done. Like I have used
In this particular training, you'll learn this thing exactly as a data engineer, but what you should have to do with the within the organization, but exactly you will do into that.
core work of data engineering that I have.
Right. Hmm.
So, like, when are classes going to be started?
Yeah, that will be discussed. Yeah, ASAP we're gonna start this by tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
And I will get the banking data sets also to study upon.
Yeah,
You
like
need some.
data sets are like there are a lot of public data sets are available, so you can utilize that one.
Means due to the practice and the data storytelling, because data storytelling is the important thing in the data engineering.
Yeah,
It has
definitely. Like you will get a lot of business, real time problems. Based on that, first you are going to do that, hands on. Once you feel, then definitely we can try one or two real time examples. Projects also. We can do that.
okay.
Yeah, but first thing is
One or
like,
two projects will they be be a good strong profile, or like 5 to 10 projects should be there in the profile in the GitHub or
10 to
that.
5 to 10 तो बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएंगे. Maximum so 2 to 3. Maximum 2 to 3.
actually it all depends. Like like I also, as I told you, doing a lot of interviews, so I found a lot of people's they are doing projects. They are showing like for 3 months, for 4 months, for 5 months, 6 months max, and in their resume they are having n number of projects they have done. But they, because during this just 3 to 4 months of span of period, you cannot get the hold of a proper project. So if it, and also it depends on the like the how you are building the data pipeline end to end. If it's using only few of the data sources, like one or two data sources, and they are also not uh, coming from like a real time, or only having just batch processing or triggered pipelines are there, so definitely it can be finished in that much amount of time. But when you are actually working on a huge large migration, or the data set that I told you, like from like more than 2 years, we are working on a project, and project is still in the testing itself. And it's almost around having around 60 terabytes of data that we are moving from Oracle to Databricks. So when it comes to huge data sets, another project which is having like Alteryx to, we are bringing data from Alteryx to uh, Databricks. So here again, like even single, Alteryx workflow is having around 8 to 10,000 lines of code is there, just one, and having 400 to 500 different transformations are there. So building that one, converting the code from Alteryx to Databricks, it's not a big deal. I did few of them without using any AI. I did it in in just one sprint itself, like 15 days time, 10 to 15 days. But when it comes to the testing part itself, so it is taking longer, because even AI is not able to do that much of, it's not giving you the correct results that you are doing it manually. Because when the things are becoming quite complex at that point of time, sometimes AI is not able to, if that particular model is not being trained on such kind of scenarios, so definitely it's not going to give you the correct results. So this is what we have seen. So we have to do a lot of manual efforts too. So it's all, again, it's all depends from organization to organization, the project that we are working upon. But the only thing is, like, we should know the basic understanding. We have done some hands-on, or one or the two projects, at least two projects we did hands-on, and from end-to-end pipeline we have built from getting the source data to the productionizing it, building it into different environments, different layers of the approach that we are going to use. So based on that only, we will be able, then once we have got the confidence and we know that, okay, now I can do it. So there, then you can put, you can get the data, even you can use the public data, because the only thing is, like, if you have got the confidence, you are able to justify your tasks, your work, and that is fine, because nobody is concerned about like what actual data you have written or done. And I think in this task also, like, Vineet can help you out to get it done. The only thing is, when it comes to the basically authenticity, that can be done by I think Vineet can help you out in that,
Definitely, I can.
because
Like, how many rounds of interview are there in the data engineering mode?
it depends actually, but generally minimum it's going to be 2, and maximum it goes to 5 to 6. It all depends on the organization to organization.
Organization.
Yeah, I just 6 months back I just appeared for Sapient Gurgaon. So there I given 5 rounds, and finally then I got selected. But my organization has they were not ready to relieve me, so they just put me
Okay.
even better package. They have offered me better than what the Sapient was giving. So
Sometimes it works.
so now, but they just they asked me that it should not be repeated again. After 6 months,
Yeah, definitely.
you are again
Definitely, they'll say this
coming
thing.
up with, yeah,
Right.
that after 6 months you are coming up with another offer and saying that, okay, now,
With
we
another
have
offer,
already
with
done it. So
another option, you are. Yeah.
yeah, so
They are matching with the numbers, like matching with the package.
it depends
Which
on
you
the
They offered better than that.
yeah, it actually depends on the like on your the credibility itself.
Right.
So
Client
if you,
requirement as well.
yes, yes, yes. So if your credibility is good, so definitely at any point of time they can, they have to, like, but they ask me, like, we have to, we don't want you to go at this point of time. So they just give me better than what Sapient has offered to me.
okay.
Yeah. So this is how it works. And as I given you an example of my student. So within a span of 2.5 years, he has changed, I think, 5 companies, and took the package from 7 lakhs to 47 lakhs. He just reached in span of
1 to 18, then 18 to 37, then 47.
yes.
Okay. So it was a good trajectory phase, means like 6 months, then 1 year, then 1 year, I think.
Yes, yes, similar way, right? And I asked him to leave. Why? Because, like, when he has joined the first organization, he was not getting any project. He was just taking the interviews. But what helped him taking the interviews, that he became well versed, that now he is in such a position that he never fails in any interview. He clears everything. Yeah,
That's great.
this was one of the the good point, that he was become aware
So you,
about.
you both are the trainer over there in Palin Analytics. You both are the trainer, or Raj sir is like
I'm not the
senior
trainer.
trainer. Okay,
I'm
Raj
not the
sir is
trainer. Raj is the trainer. Yeah, I'm handling the
okay.
business.
Okay, okay, fine. So, like classes would be offline or online, like Raj.
Online.
So, okay, like offline classes wouldn't be there for hands-on practice. Like, so how I can like would be able to cope up with that. If some questions I have, so I have to discuss over the Zoho Meet only.
Yes,
No
yes.
need. Yeah, definitely. Because some of the students are out of this location. Whenever you want to interact with Raj or something, well, exactly what's your location is? Where do you reside?
Badshapur.
Pardon? Bashapur.
Yeah, Gurugram Badshapur.
Okay. Yeah, it can be possible. We can arrange some meeting. Raj will come to Gurgaon and you can come to the center and you can interact with him. But most of the sessions will be online only.
Okay.
Hmm.
So mock interviews and interview preparation would be done by like you or
Yeah,
Raj?
definitely. We'll take care of that. Actually, we'll arrange some calls from the different organization, and you'll face that interviews as in live interviews. So you will get some experience into that, and you so that you can be prepared yourself.
Okay, fine.
And that will not be a mock course. That will be a live course. So the different professionals from the different organizations.
Live interviews like. So
Right.
means one example you have told, another example of 6 or 5 years of experience people.
Which one you are talking about?
Like there would be another placements also from your organizations in the data engineering.
We have 10 years of experience in this.
Okay.
We are running this from 2013 itself.
Okay.
We have multiple examples of this.
So how much like people grab from 6 lakh like to 10 to 12 lakh, or there would be more examples. So can I do the alumni
Totally,
connect?
it it totally depends on your smartness,
Okay.
how you are behaving and how you are handling the things. It can be possible. If you will talk about the banking project, there is some profile kind of credit risk. That is a niche profile of banking.
Can you repeat that?
Most credit risk.
Credit risk analyst. Yeah, in
Yeah.
Amex it is. Yeah.
Most of the no, no, all the bank they have this kind of profile. Yeah, we'll discuss about this thing. First of all, we'll discuss about this exactly data engineering का जो हमारा demo session kind of मतलब profile है. तो we'll discuss about big data right now. After that, we can discuss about the profiles and all. Raj, मतलब, should we start the big data introduction?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
first, let me ask you, like, what do you know about big data, like Sharmila or Jay? You have any idea about what is big data is all about?
Shamila, we are not able to hear you. Are you there?
No, I thought I'm giving chances to the other person. So, big data. Um, I'm not sure.
As a term is specifying big data, so like when we are talking about big data, so it's going to be when we are talking about the data in terms of terabytes, even zettabytes, even if we are talking about in terms of GBs. So right now it's not a big data. Big data we are mainly going to talk about when it's talk about the data that we are getting in terms of terabytes or even petabytes, or even for some organizations, if we are going to talk about like Meta or Facebook or let's say Netflix. So for them it's even in zettabytes. Even for Microsoft, Google, they are dealing the data in terms of even zettabytes of data. So
Mm-hmm.
this is what we say, like when we are dealing with huge amount of data in terms
Mm-hmm.
of volume. It's not only volume. We'll talk about later, like what are the different parameters are there based on which we can define, okay, this is the this is what we called as a big data. So if we talk about the definition, or we need to define, so we said, okay, it's a collection of data sets so big and large, in terms of large and complex, that it becomes difficult for us to process that data from the data management tools or traditional processing applications, like that we use for, let's say, SAS. Previously we used to do it. Other processing data tools like Oracle, Teradata, there are multiple
Mm-hmm.
tools were there, that even if right now we are using them, but when it comes to the data that we are dealing in terms of terabytes or petabytes, so those databases becomes it becomes a huge database, becomes a bottleneck for them. They are not able to process them. So the main challenges generally we face in terms of when we are dealing with huge data set is how we are going to capture those data, how we are going to store, then sharing, transferring, and finally how we are going to do the analysis or visualization on top of that data. Because the data which we are calling as a big data is coming from diverse data sources. So we are getting the data from different databases. We are getting the data from different organizations, where we are getting the data, the real time data that we are getting from sensors, other organizations data that we are doing. So basically, when we are having huge amount of data, whether it's, so first thing, how we are going to store it. So like whether we are going to store it on them on premise, or we are going to use some sort of cloud on it. So previously we used to do it for build a lot of large data centers, but now those large data centers has been like we have given them another basically term, we can say it's a cloud, although it's again going to be in a data center. But the thing is, like instead of just owning it, we used to just rent it. So it becomes easy for both like
Can
uh,
big data can be stored in on-premise?
yes, previously we used to have, like, even if you heard about the banks even. So banks, even they have got their own data centers are there. They don't even, some of the banks even, they don't prefer to go on the
For security reasons. Yeah.
yeah, because of their security purpose and all. So still there, but most of the banks, like for even for the live transactions, they are not relying on the cloud itself. They are maintaining it on their even data servers itself.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
yeah, so this is what we generally talk about the data, big data. When we say big data, so the data which is like how we are generating this big data. So there are different data sources are there from where we are generating this data. Like retail data is there. We have got Amazon is there. Then we have got different websites, Amazon, Flipkart, and other eBays are there. They are generating huge and huge amount of data based on just whenever a particular person is clicking on any of the their ads. So a user data is going to be stored per entry of the data. The data is going to be stored. So a lot of stock market data we are generating, around more than few terabytes of data that we are generating on daily basis in the stocks exchange itself. Then more than around I'm just telling you the rough idea. It's not exactly what we are having. It's going to be more than that only, but we are having more than, I think, 1,000 billion emails are getting sent on just one day. Every day we are sending that huge amount of emails. So these were some of the the how we data generating. Apart from this, data is getting generated from you know uh, real time data we are generating from sensors. Let's say when a particular plane flies, so it captures, like we are having more than, I think, 500 plus sensors are there which are capturing the data for different pressure, temperature, climate data, speed, and other that we store in the form of black box. So that kind of data we are also generating. Then everything, it's right now it's on cloud. We are even with our mobile phones, everybody knows that, okay, how much data we are generating on daily basis. So this is how the world is moving to a big data world has already moved, but how we are going to store this data, how we are going to process this data, these are the the challenges that we are having in terms of what exactly we are going to do it. But previously we used to have, like, oil is one thing that is generating the money, but now if you talk about the data is the one which is actually generating the money. It was, there was some predictions were there that by 2020 we'll have around 40,000 exabytes of data, or around 40 zettabytes of data will be there. But this, when actual data comes up, it was more than 50 zettabytes of data was there. But it was estimated that by that time everybody, like it is an average around having around 50 to 5.2 terabytes of data everybody is going to have on Earth. This is an average. It's not going to be for everyone, but now everybody is using mobile phones. They are generating data and clicking pictures, making videos, sharing onto different networks and generating huge amount of data. So this is how we generally creating a lot and lot of data on daily basis.
All right.
So if I just need to give you the, we say, like definition, or how somebody, if somebody asks you like we need to define what is big data.
Mm-hmm.
IBM has created one
Mm-hmm.
definition out of it, like few years back. So they have just given in terms of V's. So they have started with 3 V's.
Okay, that's volume, velocity, and variety, right?
Exactly. So volume, like every day the data volume is exponentially, going down. So again, storing and processing that data, it's a huge, so it's a big challenge for everyone. Then
Mhm.
velocity. So we know that at every fraction of seconds we are generating huge amount of data. So again, like when we are generating huge amount of data, so processing it again needs a speed. At the same speed we have to process it. Otherwise, when we are going to pile up the whole huge amount of data and processing it in one go, that definitely again needs different like huge compute we require. So
Mhm.
if we are going to use the traditional approaches, like even if I have to use Oracle's Teradata, which can process up to 20 terabytes of data, but when my data size is more than that, so it is not useful in that way. So that's why the concept of this big data comes in. Then variety, we know that the data that we are getting right now, it's not only the, previously we used to have only, if we talk about the data, so we say, okay, the data is which we are having in terms of, rows and columns, basically in terms of, in the form of tables, or when it comes to tables, that means we are having the data in the database itself. So we used to say, okay, this is the data, and we generally used to work on the structured data or semi-structured data. But now, whatever data we are generating, whether we are generating structured data, semi-structured data, or unstructured data, every data is useful, and we are using each and every data to find the insights to get how data is important. So the data we are getting can be from audios, videos, images. It can be sensor data. It can be data from different databases. It can be weblogs data. So variety of data that we are getting. Once this kind of data, initially we have had these 3 V's. So wherever velocity, variety, volume was there, we used to say, okay, when we have got this huge amount of data is there, we were saying this is what we are calling it as a big data. But now they have come up with another term called veracity. Veracity is basically the accuracy in the data. So whatever data that we are getting, whether that is useful or not, we are just generating the data. So the data that we are generating, we also need to bifurcate whether that data is going to be useful for us or not. So that one we also got added to this. Let's say for a particular year, the maximum ambient temperature was there, but for few of the years there was no data available. So for those years we have to exclude, or we have to put some sort of average data into that to get the more accurate data. So those kind of, we have to apply a different techniques to get the data should be Then this capacities also got added, and this becomes the definition of big data. These 4 V's. Now we've introduced one more V. And do you know what is that V that we are having right now?
No, I heard about this volume, velocity, and variety only.
Yeah. So now we are having one more V's, which is called value. So until unless we are,
Value?
yeah,
Is it value?
it's
Okay.
value, and this is the most important in today's world. This is one of the one of the best defines the definition of big data. So why we are doing it? To get the the correct data, the correct speculations, the correct until unless we are not getting the correct data out of it, correct insight out of it, there is no use of doing all those things. So this was the the latestly added V in the definition of big data. So that's why if the data is not valuable to us, that is of no use. So that's why we have, when we are getting the valuable data, valuable insights by using this big data, then we are saying it's a big data. So now we are
So,
yeah,
mhm.
5 V's are
So,
there. Yeah.
okay. No. So this value defines basically how useful is the data, right?
Yes. So basically, like we are having, like whenever these ways, how they are basically impacting it. Like when we are having, volume is there. So tradition, what was the challenge? The challenge was mainly to, traditional databases were even they were not handle such use massive loads. So there was the requirement of distributed storages, which was introduced by this. So what is big data? If we talk about big data, so big data is not the solution. Big data is a problem. The solution is given by Hadoop.
Okay.
Yeah, Hadoop was the solution. Again, like for velocity, we are getting data at a very high speed. The data is getting generated, transmitted, processed. We are getting the data from real time social media feeds or require high speed processing. So again, this for processing part, MapReduce was there initially. We'll discuss these things in detail, and then uh, we'll move to Apache Spark later. And then for real time, getting the real time, we are having Kafka and all
All
to
right.
get the data onto the system. So those
Okay.
things we are going to run, learn in subsequent sessions. But right now, I'm just giving you the what is big data, whatever I've
Got
remember.
it.
Yeah, even I don't right now. I don't have any slides to show you as of now. But yeah, we'll see all those things. Then, as I told you, variety again. In variety, we have got different structured, semi-structured, unstructured type of data is there, which is so now most of the data, 90% of the data, or even 95% of the data that we are creating is in structured format, and that is more required. So like image data is there, social medias are there, even the recommendations, the posts that we are getting based on that. Different organizations, they are building their models to predict what actually the the customer requirements are there. So based on that, they try to find out the insights and bring their business decisions based on that, and basically build their models to get the better response and better results in their business itself. Like if you just give you an example, whenever we go to the to any of the mall, so generally we use when we enter the malls, or when we just moving to the, so there we find a lot of items related to the children's because they know the people who are coming with them, or whenever you are going for the uh, whenever we reach to the where we are having the billing session, so there are a lot of stuff they put which is related to the child. So they have just learned about these from the big data itself. They have understood the last 10 years, 20 years of data, and then find it out, okay, people when doing their, transactions and final billings are there. So the people who are coming up with their, children, so children used to also put those items in their bucket itself. So that is like one example, but apart from this, there are other, different, basically you can say marketing strategies are there that data scientists are basically applying and bringing the insights from that data, and based on that, a lot of organizations are, creating their models based on that to grow faster in their, business. And as I told you, the value basically, as I told you, it's one of going to be the most important, because here we are mainly focusing on the, what organizations are actually want, what kind of data they want to extract from the organizations, what insights they want from that. So using machine learning and different tools that they are building, doing some sort of analytics on top of it, so that they can just get the insights, what are the hidden things that we can get using these methods. So these are, we can say these are some of the different values that they are finding out from the big data itself. So again, as I told you, when we have got, this big data was there. So around 2005-6, the studies were going on, and people were thinking to, thinking about like what is going to be the solution. So there was one organization, just tell you one study was there. I remember it. So there was study which was, conducted by an organization which is called Share Holding Corporation was there. So they were having, some sort of using some traditional systems like Teradata, SAS, Exadata. They were using these, systems to store and process customer activities, or it was basically, do some sort of analysis on sales data. So they were using these Teradata, Oracle, Exadata, and basically SAS systems they were using to process a huge amount of data. So what they did is like they took some data, a few terabytes of data, and tried to process that. So when they were processing it, so even for few terabytes of data, their systems got failed, like terabyte, Teradata, Exadata, and SAS. They were not able to handle this huge amount of data. So then they have tested the same data using Hadoop. So first, when they have tested it using Hadoop, so even they were able to do it very, processes data, but even not processed, they were able to finish that data, process that data very quickly. But how that was possible? Because traditional systems, they were using their standalone systems, but this big data is basically, or the Hadoop that we are talking about, it based on the concept of distributed computing. So do you guys have idea about what is distributed computing?
It's like sharing. It's
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 divided
sharing
into the
across
parts.
multiple.
I think. Like cloud computing, it is divided into the parts distribution. So that can be.
Yes. So basically, distributed, as the name suggests, like distributed. So distribution is basically like we are having, in traditional systems, what we were used to do is we were storing and processing from these, let's say, single server machine. Yeah. So basically, I'm not saying that machine is single machine means so it was a single machine, but it was a very high-end architecture. It was having, let's say 512 GBs of RAM is there, different machines which were storing the data. But we were having a single server. So if something, let's say, larger than that amount of data that it's coming, so it's not able to process it. So also, like if we have to add one more machine, we can add, but it's going to bring a lot of cost into it. But what we are doing as a part of distributed machine is like we are storing the data. We are not storing the data on a single machine, or nor we are going to process it from a single machine. What we used to do is like we used to store the data onto multiple machine, and also we were processing them from the multiple machines. And if let's say one machine fails, so whatever data I was having on one machine, so basically in distributed or even in Hadoop system, what we used to have is we used to have some sort of replication factor. So by default it was 3. Like whatever data I'm having, let's say on machine 1, let's say I'm having a cluster of 10 machines, so on machine 1, 2 and 3 I can have the same data, right? So I have got one machine on which I have put my data. On machine 2 and 3 just put its replica. But so similar way, I was able to have the data on 3 machines, the same data I'm having on the 3 machines. So when I was processing it, although my data was there on 3 machines, but the processing used to happen only on one machine. So if in case, if during my processing, if one of my machine got failed, so I can process the data from the second machine. And how we are going to process, I'll tell you in detail when I'm going to when we are going to discuss it. For now, I'm just telling you the glimpse of it. So basically how distributed data processing works. So in this way, even if my failures are going to happen at the storage as well as the processing side, we are able to run the and now you can see when we are running processing the data from one machine, or when we are processing the data from the 10 machines, which is going to be the faster. Definitely when we are running it from the 10, the same way, like if we are asking a person to do a task, and we are asking the same task is being performed by 10 persons, so definitely, even though that one person has got more capacity to do the works, but still when we are doing this, because here we are doing the task in parallel, so definitely 10 people will be able to do it, right?
Yeah,
Similar,
correct.
yeah, so similar concept we have applied here itself. So in Hadoop, we have got two things: storage and processing. So for storage, we are using this distributed processing, and for distributed storage, we were using Hadoop. That is called HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System. And then for processing, we were using MapReduce. So MapReduce is again a processing technique which processes the data in parallel itself. So multiple processes are running simultaneously, so that the task can be performed in parallel. Now, you might be having one question here, like when we were using one machine, how, and when we are using 10 machine, how can we have the lower cost? Definitely, right? So
Correct.
yeah, so the main source of cost reducer here is that here we are not using dedicated or high-end machines. Here we were using commodity hardware. Commodity hardware is cheap hardware. Cheap hardware, definitely, as I told you, cheap hardware is going to be there. So definitely there are going to be failures. So that's why we can have the failures. We have put by default 3 replicas, but if we want, we can increase it to 4, 5, 6 as per our requirement. Like if we want that my all the machines should not be failed at the same point of time, and this is going to be very rare of the rarest, because the machines that we are having, those are not at the same place at the same point of time. Let's say I can have one replica at one location, its original file at one location, its replica we can have at the same location, but the third replica is going to be there on another location. This is generally what we used to have, or we can have all the 3 replicas in 3 different locations. So even if my one of the data center fails, I can get the data from the another one. So in this way, we are not able to lose the data, and my processing will is not going to be hampered. And how this processing is going to be work, I'll tell you in detail. I'll explain you with the architecture itself that how it works, so that right now these concepts are being implemented by the different cloud providers. So now what we are doing is, like, we are getting the as we know, like, if you have got idea on, like, different the services, cloud services that we are generating, like infrastructure as a service, then platform as a service, and then we are having
शर्मिला आपके यहाँ से ना बहुत सारा नॉइस आ रहा है, that's why I
Okay, all right. So, okay.
If you want to ask question, you can unmute yourself and you can ask.
Yes. So basically, we are having, I was telling you, different these services we are having provided by the cloud, basically. So we are having, as that is infrastructure as a service, then we have PaaS, platform as a service, and finally we have SaaS, that is software as a service. Apart from this, nowadays we are having one more thing which is called as container as services. So we are having different container services are also there. We are processing the things in the form of containers. So if you have worked on anytime you have got chance to work on any of the docker images and all, so everything works in the form of container. So what is the difference between these two? Do you guys have any idea, Jay or Sharmila? Any idea, like, because these terms are very quite fancy nowadays.
I have studied Kubernetes and Docker
Mhm.
identity access management,
Yeah.
but I don't have the depth knowledge of that. But I
No,
have
I'm
the
not talking
basic.
about. I just wanted to understand, like, do you understand what is infrastructure as a service, or what it contains, what is platform as a service, what it contains? Because definitely these are different services. So how they are different? How
So
can we use?
software as a services I have studied.
Mhm.
Infrastructure as a services I have studied. Platform as a services I have studied.
Okay, fine. So if I'm asking,
So I think it's all things related to cloud. What
yes, yeah, these are all cloud services. This is what I'm telling you. Cloud basically
so
provides these services to us.
it's
We can,
like, if
we
we
can
can say that Google Docs can be the example for that, or Salesforce can be example for that.
for what, like
SaaS,
Yeah,
SaaS. Sorry.
Salesforce is a software as a service, I think.
yes. So basically,
Well, any of the CRM we are using, that is so software as a service.
so where we are just using anything, we are not doing as a part of our, we are just doing the configurations and data. When we are using these things from the cloud itself, apart from, because cloud provides a lot of things, like cloud is going to provide you hardware, it is going to provide you visualization, OS, runtime, application code, as well as data and configuration. So out of these 7 parameters, in software as a service, we are only going to use data and configuration. We are doing it from our side. The rest of the all services, like, it's going to be application code, scaling, runtime, OS, hardware, visualization, that is all being provided to us by the cloud itself, cloud provider. And this cloud provider can be anyone. It can be Google, it can be Google, it can be AWS, or it can be Azure. So any of the cloud provider is providing these services. So based on that, if we are only utilizing data and configuration, like, we have to configure our application, and we are just providing the data to the application, and based on that we are getting our results. So that is our software as a service. And another, like, one of the most everybody is like, I don't think anyone who is having some sort of internet knowledge. So Gmail, like, Gmail is one of the best examples that we are having as a part of software as a service. Or
Google Drive, Google Meet, Google Docs.
yes, exactly, Google Drive. So these are some of the very good examples that we can give as a software as a service. Another is the platform as a service. Then it comes to the platform as a service. So in platform as a service, again, we are utilizing these, data and configuration, and we are also writing our application code, and we have to do the scaling as our own. So for this, we can take the example of like Databricks. So in Databricks, we are also using, because in Databricks itself, either of the cloud providers, they will provide you the runtime, they will provide you the OS, they will provide you the virtualizations or hardware. Basically, virtualization or VMs, basically, or hardware, what kind of hardware that we are going to use, what is going to be there, cluster size is going to be there, memory is going to be there, what is going to be the storage. So those kind of things are being given by the cloud itself. But as a part of our knowledge, we are mainly going to use this. We are utilizing data, we are utilizing configurations, we are utilizing application code and scaling it based on our requirements. So that comes out to be as a platform as a service. But when it comes to the infrastructure as a service, so in infrastructure as a service, so only hardware and visualizations are being provided by the cloud itself, and rest of the things we have to do it on our own. So if we are using infrastructure service, so definitely the cost is going to be reduced, because most of these things we have to do it as we are utilizing our. So we are going to install the OS, like which OS we want, whether we have to work it on clouds, which service we are going to use. So then runtime, scaling, application code, configuration, everything we have to do it from our own side. So like you can use you can take the example of any of the let's say services. If you have worked on any let's say VMs we are creating on EC2 instance in AWS, so on that EC2 instance, we have to install OS, we have to give the runtime, what runtime we are going to use, then we have to do the scaling according to our requirements, what kind of data we have to process, what is going to be the frequency of that data. Then we are writing the code itself, and data and configuration is also going to be the part of it. So if you have used AWS client AWS client machines somewhere, so that is also an example of infrastructure as a service, because they are only going to provide us what is going to be the hardware and VMs to us, and apart from this, everything we have to configure on those machines. So this is how we generally going to use all those services. So as a part of this one, we can utilize like whatever you want, because I have worked on all the three major clouds, but we can take any one cloud as per your like convenience or requirement. If you want, we can utilize Azure. If you want, we can utilize AWS. If you want, we can go with the Google Cloud also. So you can just it's up to you, because in all the three cases, I'm going to just give it to you from the scratch itself. So we are going to create those things on from the scratch itself, all the services. So that's why we'll see like which service you want, because one or the other, when we are moving from one service to the other, I'll just let you know like what are the differences. Although they are more, in most of the cases, the only service name is different in different cloud providers. But if in case there are going to be few more changes are going to be there in terms of service, so we can discuss all those things, because as we cannot go into all the three clouds and using all the services. So I'll just I can go to anyone, because I have worked on all the three. So it can be your choice, or what we can say, your requirement also. Like as like I think Sharmila has mentioned, like they've asked her to work towards Azure side, so we can go towards that too. And you guys can have the discussion on that part, and we can go with it. Like it's not necessary that okay, we have to choose this one also. But yeah, what are going to be the, like if there are going to be differences, there are going to be things that we need to discuss, the differences between similar services, that I'm going to cover. But yeah, what I'm talking about in detail we can take any one cloud, right? Because it's not feasible to go with similar services for each and every one. Yeah, but yeah, what I'm saying, trying to say, put the point here is, if there are going to be any differences between the similar services, so definitely I'll go and tell you those things.
Okay,
Yeah, so I
that
think
sounds good.
yeah, so this was just brief about what we have, like we are going to discuss. Although I think you must have that brochure with you, where all those things Vineet has already shared that with me. So I'll go through it and accordingly prepare the slides on that, and we'll do hands on. I just put it in this sequence. So I think the second module, we should start with the second module, and once we are finished with the second module, then we'll move to the first one, right? Because first I want to make you understand the big data concepts. What is HDFS, what is Hadoop, how it works, then what is Spark and all. So once you have got these things, because when we are moving to the cloud itself, so all those things are combinedly we are going to put it used. So then it's not going to be like, okay, we have to learn this thing. So what are going to be the common generic terms that we are going to use as a project? I'm going to discuss all those things first, and then we'll move in dive, right, in
Okay.
details, right? So this is
Mhm.
what my way of learning. So this is how we will do it. And like if you find, okay, whatever we are doing, it's we can do better things in that. So I'm always open to suggestions, and definitely adopt good things. So yeah,
Okay.
anything before we wrap up? If you have any questions, queries, please.
So I'm good with everything you have given the introductory part. So I'm looking forward for the timings and then the class arrangements. So you please
Would
let
it be
me know.
possible, Shamila, can we connect in the morning, India time morning, early morning?
What time? What time? What
Like
time? When
like 7 or 8, 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. in the morning.
7 a.m. Standard time would be
Vinit,
yes, like it's like
how long it will be? The class lasts for how long?
Approximately.
Yeah,
it's
I
going to
was.
be
Hi, Sharmila, what is like generally?
Your preference timings.
Yeah, so I think it's two and a half hours difference.
correct 2.5 hours. Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah,
Yeah, AM PM it will change.
yeah.
So even for your morning time means it's like 8:30 p.m. for me. Yeah, that works for me. That works for me.
Early morning for you.
No, 9:30. It would be 9:30. It's not time change happened, right? It's
Yeah, yeah,
seven morning 7 o'clock. You said right? When it you told me
I'm
it's 7 o'clock.
asking. I'm just
It's
giving you the
9:30
I
timing,
just
right?
asked you that what timings do you prefer in early morning? Because uh
7 would be fine because I'm settled by the time, so I can, yeah, my family got settled. So 7 is you gave me a correct time. So 7 is preferable. 7
7
a.m. IST.
They have the night shift and afternoon shift. That's why he is not available in the night, in evening in weekdays.
Oh, my 7
Like we
a.m.
can,
works for me. 7
like
a.m.
we
IST
can,
works for me.
And
yeah,
like
we can do one thing, Raj.
if if
If
if
it can be
we
possible, we
can
can
also
conduct.
work. Like, I think if you want, guys can have, like, if it's not working on weekdays, so we can have it in weekends.
That's why I was giving you a suggestion. If it can be possible, we can any of the 2 days in the morning. बाकी तो हम weekend पे कर सकते हैं.
Yes. Yeah, that is also fine.
So Jay, are you comfortable with that?
Who, me?
Jay,
The-
are you there?
8 a.m. or 7 a.m. you are deciding?
7 a.m. For
7
2 days,
a.m.
for 2 days in the weekdays. बाकी the rest 2 days we can conduct in the weekends, Saturday, Sunday.
2 days, 7 to 9 it would be.
Right.
Okay. And it would be online.
It would be online.
7 would be right for me. No issues on that.
7 would be right for you, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can finalize this thing. Exactly. We can finalize the days with Raj. जो भी 2 दिन होते हैं, तो we can finalize the days for the weekdays, and weekends would be fine for all of us.
Yeah, 7 would be like 6 hours sleep would be happen. Then I can sleep for 9 to 2. Like I will means because I have to wake up till 1 in the night. Because 4 to 1 I have the shift.
That's why I'm telling this thing. 2 days in the weekdays you can manage, and after that 2 days in the weekends it can be manageable for all of us.
Yeah, weekends can be managed. Weekends I don't have an issue. Saturday, Sunday I don't have an issue.
Raj, is there any suggestion for the weekdays if it can be possible in morning 7 a.m.?
Yeah, fine. Just give me some time, and yeah, weekends is fine, but for weekdays, let me just have a look, and we'll get back in a day, right?
Yeah, sure, definitely. But for weekdays, if coming Tuesday is okay with all of us, so we can conduct this session by Tuesday morning 7 a.m.
Not Tuesday. Can we have it on Wednesday?
So definitely, it
Yeah.
can be. So we can conduct this session for the Wednesday at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sharmila, is it fine with you?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay. Baki rest of the any of the technical question do you have? If you have that, you can ask with Raj.
Yeah. Any
Yeah,
questions?
I'm good, Raj. I'm good. Whatever you told us, I'm good. So
Jay,
yeah.
you were asking something there at that time, how we can enter into this profile or kind of. So do you have any question right now?
So means we will tweak the resume you were telling that, and
Yeah. Hmm.
would be like helpful in getting the
वो तो
actually the
वो आपके
interview
सेम
process.
हाँ वो आपके सेम रिज्यूमे में मैं कर दूंगा. वो आपको सेम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ सेम प्रोजेक्ट के साथ आपको सिर्फ ये दिखाना है कि यू वर वर्किंग एज एन data engineering will include some responsibility into your resume itself, so that you can show this thing you were already handling the project of the data engineering as well.
Okay.
I'll do it for you.
So, 2 projects I already created in the fintech autonomous compliance management, and one was for restaurant management. So,
This
and
is
one,
because your resume says this thing you are working as an analyst only, but it doesn't show this thing that there is a profile of data engineering or responsibilities of data engineering is there.
yeah, because I
I'll
haven't worked
tweak
the
your yeah, that's
yeah.
why I'm saying this thing. Yeah, I'll tweak your resume according to the data engineering profile and share it with you, so that you can upload on Naukri and you can get the calls from the data engineering profiles.
So what you like, whatever roles and responsibilities were there. Once you are
Mhm.
well versed with the data engineering things, like how we work, how we build end-to-end data pipeline, then you will get to know. Then automatically, what you will do is, even we don't we'll do it. But even Vinith is not doing, you will be able to do it by yourself for any project.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you will be able to,
how many
write
projects
your
like
own, own roles and responsibilities. You did this, you did this. This was the source. You get the data from source, put it here in the raw. Then you did a lot of transformations, put in another layer, likewise. And finally, whatever were the finished tables were there, aggregated tables that were being consumed by the state or and for I think for Sharmila, it's for you. It's also going to help you out. Like you have already done using Power BI. So what you can do is like whatever you have done as a part of Power BI, that is also going to be advantage for you. So what you have done, like you did the part of data engineering as well as the analyst also. So for you, it's going to be double.
Okay.
Plus,
So
We
I
can
I was about to
can
ask
show
the
this.
questions. I'm taking a break, as I said. So I need to do any certifications to enhance my profile to cover up this break? So I
Show
actually
some
looking for the Microsoft. Yeah.
Yeah, Sharmila, you can show some experience from the India itself. कि you were working remotely over here, and you can each and everything. It can be possible.
Okay.
You can fill up that break, and you can show some experience into data engineering itself. You were working as a data engineering over there, and you were working as a remotely work from home from there.
And also,
Yeah. So I can do remote job from here for the Indian companies. Can I do that?
Definitely, you can. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely you can.
Because I don't have a status here. I don't know when I get to. I'm a dependent here,
Mhm.
so I cannot work. Since I didn't give any interviews for remote job because I wanted to enhance my profile and make me eligible for the
For that, I'm
opportunity.
guiding you there. For that, I'm
Yeah.
guiding you on this because you have some gap in your profile. You can fill up that gap with the experience itself, so that you can get fresh calls on the same resume.
All right. Oh.
yeah, but Vineet, I think Sharmila, for you, I think that is not required. What I know from America, because what they want in America, only they want the people who have got the knowledge. Even they right now they are not even preferring if somebody is having you know uh, even degrees also. They don't prefer the people who have got the degree but they don't have the experience or they don't know how to work. They
Definitely,
want,
they'll ask for the knowledge itself. They'll go for the
yeah,
knowledge
because
itself.
they want people who are good to handle the the tasks. If they are able to
Mm-hmm.
handle it, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah. So for
So
you, Shri,
for me, yes. Yeah.
only thing
Please.
what I feel is like if you are able to get the correct knowledge and exposure, then it's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be a big deal for you.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah.
is what exactly I'm looking for. So, my thing is, my concern is like, I have to finish up. I don't have a status here, to be frankly, so I cannot work here. So I thought of I'm learning something and then give a remote job and try interviews in India, and I can work from here. That is an option I have right now. And then after getting once my status, I don't it takes, here we cannot tell when I get my status. So if I get my work status, and then only I'm going to give interview here in US. So I hear from people that saying that in here they consider certifications. So as a main thing, many companies do consider certifications for.
Yes. So yeah, that's why I was coming to that point. So if you want to do a certification, so you can go for the Databricks Data Engineer Associate certification first, and it's not that tough because once you are done with the concepts of data engineering, then you can at the same point of time you can start learning it. And I can also give you some sources from
All
where
right.
you can prepare itself. And in the
Yeah, I
first,
need a help for that to crack it because I myself tried learning by myself and
no
then
worries, no
seeing
worries.
the individual that
I'm having all
isn't
the
working for me.
insights. Like for Databricks, I'm having 6 certifications with me. 6 plus 3, 9 certifications. So don't worry about it. I'm here to help you out. Don't worry.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Anyone? Jay, Sharmila, please
I'm
feel
good.
free to ask anything.
I want to know one thing, like the projects which I have created, they were not that much into the data engineering. So I have used VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and some Excel formulas, and created the dashboard in the Power BI. But like not that much things I have used of the data engineering, like enterprise transform load. That things I haven't used in that.
This is what I'm telling you. Like once you are going to done with it, the only thing is, even though the same project that you have worked upon, as just you build a dashboard on top of it. So that dashboard on top of it is going to be your final product. But before that, how you have utilized that data engineering part, that you are going to include in your same project. So again, as I told Sharmila, sorry, yeah, Sharmila, that she is able to add that as a part of like she built the pipeline, she created final tables, and also she used those final tables to consume them and build a Power BI report. In your case, what you are going to do, you are going to do the similar things you did, the data engineering part. Apart from this, you have also built the dashboard out of that data set. So this is what you will be able to justify yourself. And if there are going to be a few changes as per requirement from the data side itself, you can add those things, right? So it will be like if based on the work that you have done, it can be changed as per our whatever the data engineering services that we are going to use and apply. Whichever will be applicable, we can add those ones. And if something need to be added, that can be added. So that is not an issue. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Can we wrap up now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you, everyone.
We'll share the link for that Wednesday morning, 7 a.m.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.